It's Laura Eubanks of Design for Serenity with your grand reveal in a Livenheim. And oh, how I love to design around pools. Peas, carrots. Am I right? I am going to do a little bit more finish work and clean up, and I'm going to have Hannah go around and get up real close and personal for you on all the vignettes.
You can turn it off now.
What?
That's just possible.
You want to turn this one down?
You know, this yard was such, or I should say this phase was such a fooler because the beds are so small. But Lordy Lord, was it ever a labor of love. And I am just so beyond thrilled with the results. Couple of things. I want to give a shout out to Robert at Planter's Paradise. The client went and chose some really, really beautiful glazed pots from him, which we proceeded to stage in the garden. I also want to shout out Southwest Boulder and Stone. The client chose some beautiful honey onyx polished rock. They've got a table. They've got a couple of pieces of special rock that were polished that we've staged really artfully in the garden. You know, and then, you know, I can't take any credit for the pool, but this is by far one of the most beautiful swimming pool designs I've ever seen. Between the waterfall, the coping, the tiling, you know, just all those earthy browns and oranges, and these rocks that we chose, which we got at KRC Rock, the plants from Caesar and Waterwise Botanicals, Sun Valley Nursery, everything just played together to create an absolute tropical succulent oasis. As always, maintenance is recommended about once a year, but it'll probably be a good year and a half before I'm needed, if that, because Keith is quite recently retired. He is quite the gardener, so I feel really good about him taking care of the plants. You'll also notice that I did a little bit of burgundy lava ribboning. Jeff Moore from Solana Succulents, I quote him all the time. He says, the 3 R's of good design are rocks, repetition, and restraint. So I employed restraint when I did these burgundy ribbons. I mainly focused on just the 3 pool beds here and a little bit under the Chef Lyra because it just needed a little something something. But I restrained myself in the other beds. I just wanted to dial this in because there really is so much to see, and it is all beautiful, from the borrowed landscape and the view to, as I said, the pool and all the finish work. There's just so much to see. The bromeliad bed is fantastic. Oh yes, and we took out the vine. It looks so much cleaner, so much better. Really, really happy with that. And this will be another polished onyx fountain here in this spot. But for now, I staged another one of the pots that they selected with a really cute aloe striata in it that's just about to throw off a cute little bloom.
Isn't that Plicatillus?
Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you. Yes, this is what I say, striata. Plicatillus. Sorry. Thanks, Hannah. And then I just took some black Mexican beech, fine Mexican beech, and see, I just did a little ribbon down here at the base of the pot to anchor it into the space. But Hannah and Cullen did a great job of designing this beautiful bromeliad shade bed. Yeah, I mean, just dang. You know, we put the Rubroviolacea in this pot. You'll also notice, you know how I usually cram 500 plants into a pot. I decided again to employ the restraint, and each of our blue pots is home to only one specimen with some jelly bean pebbles on top. Kept it under control. And then the eye just seamlessly works its way through. And you know, I've got to give such a shout out to my crew too, because everybody on my crew can do everything. And I puttered around and I designed some of it, but you know what? I had Terry up here. I had Hannah and Cullen over there. I had Kevin and Mel and Gordon over there. Everyone was designing their own spot, and look at how it all came together so incredibly beautifully. I mean, wow, it's really hard. It's kind of like giving birth when you finish a landscape installation, because you just want to gaze at it. You don't want to leave. I just want to live here now. Stay here and just look at it until it gets really, really dark, and then the lights will come on and I get to look at it again. Oh my goodness. So we've got all, the subterranean drip. Greg did a masterful job on the lights. We've got little micro sprayers on the bougainvilleas, the bromeliads, to keep their little cups, water in their little cups. And everything else will be watered, once every couple of weeks for a few minutes. It is January here in San Diego in this somewhat coastal environment. So water isn't really going to be necessary. And we also watered everything in really thoroughly. So next week I have a couple of little mini gigs and some maintenances to do, which I'll be sure and take you along on. And then the week after that, we're going to be doing a really steep front hillside in Oceanside. So you don't want to miss that. Thank you all so much for your continued support, your love, your comments. You keep me going, and I thank you all. This has been Laura Eubanks of Design for Serenity reporting with your grand reveal in a Livenheim and your succulent tip of the day. Bye, guys.